So let me tell you one that's hard to believe. When I started proving this law, it was worked in small ways, and one day I said, my gosh, it's working. All I need to do is to dare to think big. And so I said, what's the biggest thing I can think of? A Cadillac car, special built body. I had a picture of it, and I was driving it already, and I let go of it. Well, in about 2 weeks, an acquaintance came up to me and said, oh, Lester, I just bought you the most beautiful Cadillac, special built body. He said, a friend of mine bought it and doesn't want it, and I got it for only $4,000. This was back in the early 50s. He said, $4,000? I looked at him. He said, don't worry about the money. I'll pay for it. Honest.
What do you mean?
Oh, no. That was a conscious thought.
I know, but you're conscious that you were...
I was proving the operation
Yeah,
of
you
law.
were trying to get a Cadillac with your thought. That's what I'm trying to get at. Or you're just saying with your thought.
I said, gee, I can have a Cadillac just by thinking Cadillac.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
I pictured the Cadillac. I saw it. I was sitting in it. I could feel the upholstery in the car when I was driving it. It was mine. And I let go of it. As already accomplished. He said that already accomplished one is a big part of doing it.
Does it help to identify yourself with that which you want? That which you picture?
Yes.
Well, actually, that's what you did when you felt the upholstery.
Yeah, I was in that car. I was one with it. Now, anyone can do this, if he or she will. But it takes a thought uncluttered with other thoughts, or to express it another way, it takes the conviction. You're absolutely convinced that'll do it.
You would have to know in your heart that it is so.
That's conviction. You don't have to know metaphysics. You don't have to be good. You just have to have a conviction. That'll bring it about. Because the mind is an instrument of creation only.
And this is what Bob means, how to get this conviction. This is what Bob means, how to get this conviction.
By trying it first in small ways. It's not too hard to dare to demonstrate a very small thing. When that works, that gives you more confidence in it. Try it a second time, a third time, and it builds up. Eliminate the concepts of limitation, and you're back to your natural, unlimited state.
You say that this is really in reality a kind of a dream world, right? And that we finally wake up to the fact that we are what we're seeking.
Someday you'll laugh at all these efforts you're going through now, because that which you're going to find out you are in the future, you are right now and always have been. You were kicking up a big fuss, trying to become that which you are.
I asked you before, you said the things we see are what we created in our own mind. That's very hard for me to accept, that is to understand. I'd like you to go into that a little bit more.
Where can you see something that isn't in your mind? Can you?
No.
Everything you see, where do you see
it? I have a
it?
feeling of the truth that you say, but yet there must be a reality beyond myself. It's true, it takes this instrument to realize it, but there is a reality beyond myself, isn't there?
I don't think so. But look, everything that you perceive, where do you perceive it?
My mind.
What happens to this world when you tuck your mind away to sleep at night? What happens to this world? You put your mind to sleep, there's no more world. In the morning you awaken, the mind comes out, and there's a whole world. You are a being with no limitations, identifying wrongly as being a limited being. But since you're unlimited, and that's an infinity, that's a perfection, that never changes. You are that infinite perfect being here and now. What changes is you're letting go of concepts to the contrary. All right, the unlimited being that we are here and now. The object is to get to see it. The way you can see it is by quieting the mind, because just behind the mind is that infinity. By turning the mind inward, you quiet the mind. You let go of all the external distractions. And the more you quiet the mind, the more you'll see this infinity that you are. The more you see the infinity that you are, the more you'll scorch the limitations. The more you do away with the limitations, the more you'll see the infinite being you are. And you keep doing this until there's no more limitation left. But the method is, go within. Turn your mind back upon the mind.
It almost seems like a building of an ego, though, to elevate in that way. But actually, I know it isn't. It's devolution, as you say.
It seems that way because you're looking at it through ego eyes. But the more you see this infinite being that you are, the more humble you'll become. It's only the ego that's arrogant and proud and thinks it is just it. The higher an individual goes, the more humble he becomes. Someday you'll see that the word I is used by apparently many people. Later on turns out to be the exact same I. This is seeing the truth, the reality behind the apparency. The world's an apparency right now. It's not real. When you see the reality, you'll see a singular oneness throughout everything. Which people call God, truth, self, has several names. But that's the thing we have to strive for, to see this singular oneness everywhere. And it's changeless. It's perfect. It's infinite. And it's you, is the way it turns out when you see it. The false concept of being a limited being disappears. But the I, when you say I, never disappears. That's eternal. When you say I am Harry the body, that'll disappear. And you'll see that I am the infinite I am. You don't give up anything, you don't lose, you just gain more and more, you expand into the infinity. But you see, the mind cannot comprehend the ultimate, because the mind is an instrument that's limited. Stop thinking and you'll see and be this infinity. This is the real way of doing it. Every thought is a thing of limitation. Someday you see that thought is matter. It's very subtle. It's the subtlest of all matter. It's the matter that determines other matter. what matters is to get rid of the thinking. And then you'll see. You see, as you let go of thoughts, this infinite being is there all the time. The thoughts are covering it over. So as you let go of thoughts, you're letting go of the cover that covers over this infinite being.
But you have the thought, like when in the demonstration, you have the thought and then you let it go. Is that?
Demonstrating is not in the infinity. That's in the dream. And someday you'll see that this waking state was just as real as the night dream state is. And like when you're in a dream at night, while you're in it, it's real. While you're dreaming, if you're in trouble, you're suffering. Or if it's a very pleasant dream, you're really enjoying it, and it's real, right? It isn't until after you awaken that you say, my gosh, it was a dream, it never was, right? You'll do the exact same thing with this world when you wake up. What we call a waking state is really a fast asleep state. When you wake up out of this thing, you say, oh my gosh, it never was, it was just a dream. I was always this infinite, unlimited being. But until you do it, don't buy it. But if you're interested in attaining it, it's something worthwhile striving for. Because I say, if you accomplish it through the method, you gain an infinity. You also gain a complete satisfaction of anything and everything, which you will never have in the dream. Realization is the satisfying of all desires, and no more are left. When you attain the desirelessness state. But every pleasure you have is experiencing your real self a bit. The more the pleasure, the more you experience your real self. That's all that happiness is. And if you can get to see that, your struggle with the world is at an end. Then you go directly for your joy. You go right to where it is, and you can maintain it all the time.